Welcome to Let's Talk Literature. I'm Em.
And I'm Will.
And we're two book lovers who wanted to combine our passions for reading and gossiping and share it with the world.
Whether you're looking for a new book to pick up or a new book friend, you come to the right place.
So grab a coffee.
Or a little wine and let's talk literature.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy December. I don't know why I felt the need to say that before I took a sip. Happy December.
Happy December. Speaking of, I made a new syrup for my coffee.
Ooh.
Homemade
What is it?
gingerbread. And when I tell you homemade, what's it called?
You
Oh my
murdered a
God.
gingerbread man.
Potentially.
Okay.
But I peeled and I cubed up raw ginger, and I reduced that down in water and dark brown sugar with some spices.
Oh my God.
At first I thought it was going to be the most disgusting thing in the world.
Yeah, but no.
Oh, it tastes just like gingerbread.
See, I love gingerbread. Not the biggest fan of ginger, though. Like, on its own.
Well, I thought that this was going to be not good. She's so good. You know, just lesson learned when you
Try something new.
when you.
Yeah, I've been saying that a lot recently. It's something I carry near and dear to my heart. Anyways, let's talk. How's your reading going? How has your end of November into the 1st of December been?
I am on a high.
Oh my God.
since
Oh my God.
since last episode, I have read 3 books. Yes, in the past
In 1 week?
Yeah, so I was
That's
in the
incredible.
middle. I was in the middle of the Song of Achilles during the last episode, but I didn't finish it before the end of the episode. I literally finished it that night after recording. So good. So good. Lives up to the hype.
Yeah.
Gave it like a 4.5. It was great. Then I picked up, oh my God, what am I about to say? I forget the name of it. What did I just read? Oh, Long Bright River by Liz Moore.
How could you forget?
How could I forget? Literally, I gave it 5 stars and potentially 6 stars. So I don't know how I forgot about
It's
that
like
one.
the most you coded type of book. Like I knew you would love it. Like it's got everything you look for.
Yeah, it was absolutely remarkable. Like one of the best reading experiences I've ever had. It was almost 500 pages and didn't feel like it.
Amazing.
Did not feel like it.
Amazing.
Perfectly paced, perfect atmosphere. I felt like I was in the book because I knew what she was calling out as I read it because it was based in Philly. So just chef's kiss.
Love it.
And then I was listening to On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, and I finished that yesterday, and that was beautiful.
Wow.
Very beautiful.
That was a very successful week.
So successful. Made up for like some of the lacking books earlier in the month. But it also made up for me missing like reading for a week while in Europe.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it worked out.
Way to
It
go.
worked out. Thank you. Yeah, I ended up reading 7 books for November.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. That is impressive.
very exciting.
Good work.
How about you? What'd you end up reading in between?
I only read one more book. I finished the second book in the Wolfden trilogy, The House with the Golden Door. I loved it. I'm not sure what I'm rating it yet because I feel like I have to finish the whole series and then look at them together to like figure out the ratings. But I feel like this might be overly ambitious, but I also want to give it a 5-star because I loved it so much, but I'm going to sit with it for a few days.
Okay.
So
that's fair.
We'll see. I'm starting the third one, the last book, tonight. And last night I started listening to the audiobook for Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris at Will's recommendation. And it's really good so far. I'm only like maybe a 10th of the way into it. Like I'm not very far at all. But I'm very intrigued. It's one of those thrillers where like I'm questioning every single character. And I'm like,
yeah.
Who's the mole here? Somebody is faking.
Yeah.
And I need to know what's going on. It gripped me very quickly. I will say, like, I'm very interested immediately. So, good start.
I think by the end you will be surprised.
Okay. I
Like
like that. I want to be
even if
surprised.
you know what's gonna happen,
It's still a
the
good
way it's
twist.
the way it's revealed, it's very much like it gets under your skin in a way.
Okay. All right. I like
So
it. All right. Let's jump into today's episode. We have a ton of books to talk about. We're going to share with you our collection of books that we found that come out this December. There are a ton of books early in the month. By early in the month, I mean they already came out by the time this episode is out. The 2nd of December is a crazy day in publishing, I have to say.
yeah,
I'm
it must be
guessing,
for the holiday or
yeah, like for
something.
gifting purposes. Maybe publishers want to push the books out before it's too late in the month. I guess that makes the
I
most
guess.
sense. But yeah, we have a big collection of books to share with you guys. So you guys know the drill. This is a very relaxed, laid back episode. We're just going to read you some descriptions of books coming out this month. And that's really it.
Great segue, great
Thanks.
intro to the
Thanks.
episode. And we'll take a moment right now to just say thank you guys for supporting us. And if you could please be so kind, and if you're not already doing so, follow us on Spotify. It will allow us to grow our audience even more. Will you please subscribe to us on YouTube? Same sentiment. And also join us over on Fable for our book club. Go to the club section and search Let's Talk Literature. We're currently reading In Memoriam by Alice Wynne for December, and that episode will be dropping in 2 weeks' time, so you have a little bit of time to catch up with that book. If you join our book club and you refer someone to our club, you will get a $5 book credit towards any book on Fable. So there's a lot of incentives to join the club, to ask others to join the club as well. And that's my plug for us. Go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all of our platforms. We would love to have you on all of them.
Beautiful. All right, with that, let us jump right in. Would you like to begin?
Sure, I will start. The beginning of this list is very thriller mystery heavy. So if you are a fan, if you're a Nikki fan of thrillers and mysteries, then you're in for a treat. First one, and also we're going to go into this with the idea that all of these are releasing on December 2nd. So we'll only call out a new date once it's not December 2nd.
Yeah,
So
so
this is all December 2nd. First up, we have The Day I Lost You by Ruth Mancini. This is a thriller with a 352-page count. All Lauren wants is a new life in Spain. She suffered an unimaginable loss, but at last she's found a home in the pretty seaside town of Mentilla de Mar. Everyone deserves a new start, and Lauren needs to put her past firmly behind her. Hope has an interesting career as a therapist, an attractive husband, a dream home in the countryside, and finally, the baby she's always longed for, Sam, her beautiful boy. But Sam has gone missing. So when the police tell her that a woman has been found in Spain with a child matching Sam's description, Hope thinks that her nightmare might be coming to an end, but Lauren is insisting Sam is her baby. She even has his passport and birth certificate to prove it. So what really happened to baby Sam? And who still has secrets to hide? One child, two mothers, and a past that won't let them go. That's cool.
I'm
I like
watching
that.
All Her Fault right now on Peacock. Unreal. Like, absolutely one of the craziest shows I've ever seen, and it reminds me of that. It's so good.
This sounds so good.
Yeah, I like
Oh
that.
my god.
I like that.
Especially me just coming home from España, you know?
España.
Like, that would be a very fitting read for me.
It would be, since
Very
you...
fitting read.
I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to because it involves kids.
Hey, you know what? And that's, you know what? You checked yourself.
I checked myself.
And that's
It's on the
all that
time.
matters.
Yeah, it's on the time, please. All right.
Not the time. Not the time or place.
No, it's not. Thank you. Let's move on. We have an option that was chosen for our book club. Well, no, wrong. It wasn't chosen for our book club. It was in the poll for our December book club. This is Friends and Liars by Kit Frick. This is a mystery and it's 272 pages. And I actually have a copy of it, so I'm going to read the back here because it's easier for
So
me.
cool. Oh my god, show and tell. Show
Wait,
and tell.
hold on. Okay, here it is. Here she is in all her glory. I'm going to read it. It's been 5 years since heiress Claire Monroe tragically died on New Year's Eve at her family's opulent Italian palazzo. Since that time, her college friends have harbored a dark secret. Their lies and betrayals led to Claire's untimely death. What happened that fateful night was a horrible accident, but Luca Harper, Serena, and David are guilty nonetheless. and their desperate decision to conceal the truth destroyed their once close bond. Now the estranged friends are each the recipient of an invitation from the Monroes to return to the lakeside palazzo for a long overdue memorial for Claire. Accepting the Monroes' invitation means playing with fire, but they can hardly refuse. Luca, Harper, Serena, and David have barely settled into their idyllic accommodations before someone at the memorial party begins targeting them. Haunted by little gifts left in their rooms, taunting notes, and the unshakable sense of being watched, it soon becomes clear that someone on the guest list knows the whole truth about the night Claire died, and the secrets her friends have been keeping. Nothing is as it seems at the palazzo on the lake, and under their tormentors' vengeful gaze, their secrets and their lives are in danger. Ooh.
I really like the setting of that.
Me too.
I feel like there's a little bit of a dark academia, secret society feeling to that.
Yeah, definitely
Not
elements
necessarily
of dark academia to it, like the like confined quarters and secrets.
Yeah, definitely definitely got that vibe.
Definitely got that vibe.
Definitely has the vibe
show.
of that. Faux show. What is going on? I'm just a phlegm-filled mess this morning.
Wait,
if you can
how
hear
I feel right now. I'm like, there's so much going on in here.
No, like in my sinuses, like my sinuses are like begging to come out
for relief. Yeah.
Yeah, like begging.
Last night
so
I was
I'm
like convinced
so
I was gonna wake up sick.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
I didn't though.
But I know it all too well.
Know it all too well.
I mean, hey, 'tis the season.
Tis the damn season. Two Taylor Swift
after
songs
last week's episode, when we were saying all those idioms, though they like translated into my life.
No, me too. I've been saying you can't have your cake and eat it too all week.
No, like for sure. Like that is my anthem for 2026.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
Like,
I wish we came up with that.
Truly.
Who do you think came? Never mind. That's gonna open a whole new can of worms.
Yeah. No, we can't get into that. But like,
did you like that? A whole new can of worms.
M, don't do that to me.
I know. Okay.
I was just gonna say, it wasn't Marie Antoinette.
Nope. No, it in fact wasn't. She said let them eat cake, but she actually.
I know, but
she actually didn't.
But she could have said let them eat cake, but not have it.
She could have. I guess we'll never know.
And we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Next up, we have another mystery, The Gallagher Place by Julie Doerr. This book is 330 pages. When Marlo, an illustrator living in New York City, returns to her family's bewitching Hudson Valley estate for the holidays, she discovers a murder on the property that draws her back into the haunting case of her teenage best friend's disappearance 20 years earlier. Marlo soon finds herself unraveling the tangled dynamics of this small town and the legacy of a summer home that holds both secrets and scars. What follows is a gripping mystery that weaves between past and present as Marlo confronts the fallibility of her own memory, the shocking truth about her lost friend, and an ultimatum that will change the course of her life. In this chilling debut novel, Julie Doerr parses themes of family loyalty, class tension, friendship, and identity, building toward a dramatic payoff that keeps readers guessing until its final moment. I just read a book that goes back and forth in time with Long Bright River, and it was done really well, but sometimes it can be done very poorly because one timeline is more fleshed out and developed than the other. With Long Bright River, both were so well fleshed out. I cared about both timelines, so I hope that's the case for this book. Because
I hope so too.
I think that can happen with a lot of those types of books.
Yeah, for sure.
So
the next one we have is The House Guests by Amber and Danielle Brown. This is a thriller and it is 331 pages. 1 year ago, Iris's world turned upside down. Haunted by nightmares of her mother's traumatic death, Iris has become a sleep-deprived, jittery version of herself who she hardly recognizes anymore. So when she's given the opportunity to get away from the crushing grind of reality for a relaxing week with her partner and his close-knit group of friends, she jumps at the chance. But after she arrives early to the remote lake house in the Catskills, things take a dark turn. Alone in the cabin in the middle of the night, Iris sees a blood-covered man burying something, or someone, in the mud behind the deck before entering the house. But the daylight reveals nothing, the dirt unturned and the house pristine. As strange and increasingly disturbing discoveries begin to stack up, her fellow house guests refuse to take anything Iris has to say seriously, and she begins to suspect that someone might be gaslighting her. If the stress hasn't finally gotten to her, that is. Determined to uncover the truth, Iris finds herself drawn into a terrifying game of cat and mouse. Is it all in her head, or is there really a killer among them? Can she trust anyone, even herself?
A little gaslighting, I see.
Love a gaslighting plot.
The beginning was a little creepy, in my opinion, of that description.
Yeah, it sounds
they got
good.
Me. I wonder what's up with all these thrillers coming out early December.
I guess everybody's on the same page as us. Like, creepy, dark, sad, like negative emotions.
Really feeding into that seasonal depression.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, we're really capitalizing
that's the
on mental
vibe.
health. So
That's the vibe. Next up, we have Watch Us Fall by Christina Kovac. This is a thriller that comes in at 272 pages. Lucy and her three best friends share a glamorous but decaying house in the heart of Georgetown. They call themselves the Sweeties and live an idyllic post-grad lifestyle, complete with exciting jobs, dramatic love lives, and most importantly, each other. But when Addie, the group's queen bee, discovers that her ex-boyfriend Josh has gone missing, the Sweeties' worlds are turned upside down. In the days leading up to his disappearance, Josh, a star investigative journalist from a prominent political family, was behaving erratically, and Lucy is determined to find out why. All four friends upend their lives to search for him. The detectives begin to suspect that the Sweeties might know more than they're letting on. As the investigation unfolds, Lucy's obsession with the case reaches a boiling point, and with it, her own troubling secrets begin to bubble to the surface of her carefully curated life. A thrilling account of the lies and delusions that lurk beneath cloistered groups of female friends and the sinister realities of celebrity, Watch Us Fall is a gripping mystery and an examination of the things we tell ourselves when we can't face the truth.
I'm sold.
Man.
Sorry, I think that's really
I know,
it's weird and creepy, the friend group name, and that's what sold me.
That just reminded me of you reading The Bells.
Yes,
it doesn't
me
have
too.
it doesn't have to be like exactly the same premise, but just like that group of female friends, right? Yeah. I will say though, sometimes in these descriptions there's like a lot of run-on sentences, and do you ever start a sentence like in your conversation with someone and you don't know where the sentence is going?
Oh yes.
So I
think they do that.
I fear like that's how I feel reading these sentences, so then I don't know where to take my
breath.
breath.
What are we even talking about?
yeah then I sound like I'm just non-stop talking and I didn't take a breath, and then I go yeah
I get it.
Yeah. So that's why I'm taking a sip after every single
a little sip of air.
Summary.
I like that. All right, the next one we have.
Sorry, too much ASMR.
No, I love ASMR, and that one comment really rubbed me the wrong way, but we're going to move on from it.
I know. We have to move on. We have to
move on. We'll never survive this if we don't.
No, truly.
The next book is one that Book of the Month chose for December. I actually chose this one for you, Will, because you'll see. This is a lit fic, and oh god. Okay, and it's 288 pages. Call it inertia. Call it a quarter life crisis.
Shut up.
Yeah. Whatever you call it, Cricket Campbell is stuck. Despite working at a zeitgeisty, is that how you say that word?
Yeah, you actually killed it. Yes.
Thank you. Despite working at a zeitgeisty wellness company, this is like a combination of both of what we're writing, so this is really crazy.
The
26-year-old feels anything but well. Still adrift after a tragedy that upended her world a decade ago, she has entered early adulthood under the weight of a new burden, her father's Alzheimer's diagnosis. When Cricket's older sister Nina announces it is time to move Arthur from his beloved Adirondack Lake house into a memory care facility, Cricket has a better idea. In returning home to become her father's caretaker, she hopes to repair their strained relationship and shake herself out of her permafunk. But even deeply familiar places can hold surprises. As Cricket settles back into the family house at Catwood Pond, a place she once loved but hasn't visited since she was a teenager, she discovers that her her pa.
Her papa. Her papa.
She discovers that her father possesses a rare gift. As he loses his grasp of the past, he is increasingly able to predict the future. Before long, Arthur cements his reputation as an unlikely oracle, but for Cricket, believing in her father's prophecies might also mean facing the most painful parts of her history. As she begins to remember who she once was, she uncovers a vital truth. The path forward often starts by going back.
Sold. I would like that in my possession, please,
I
and
thought
thank
so
you.
too.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Right?
Because that completely blends the two genres that I was looking to blend
I know.
with the whole seeing the future kind of thing. Wow.
It
'Cause
felt so perfect for you.
Because I actually ditched that idea to add that like magical realism into my book. But maybe if I read this, it will give me some sort of inspiration to see like how it's done well, you know. Oh, well, I will be asking for that.
You got it.
Please. I still owe you a couple books too. So
Me too. I have a bunch, I think. We'll do a
we'll
little
eventually
swappy.
we'll do an exchange. Yes, because I know you gave me 2 for my birthday, so I'll have to read those and give those back to you. But
Okay.
this is The Heir Apparent by Rebecca Armitage. This is a contemporary fiction, and it is 416 pages. It's New Year's Day in Tasmania, and the life Lexi Villers has carefully built is working out. She's in the second year of her medical residency. She lives on a beautiful farm with her 2 best friends, Finn and Jack, and she's about to finally become more than friendly with Jack when a helicopter abruptly lands. Out steps her grandmother's right-hand man with the tragic news that her father and her older brother had been killed in a skiing accident. Whew. Lexi's grandmother happens to be the Queen of England, and in addition to the shock and grief, Lexi must now accept the reality that she is suddenly next in line for the throne, a role she has publicly disavowed. Returning to London as the heir apparent Princess Alexandrina, Lexi is greeted by a skeptical public not ready to forgive her defection, a grieving sister-in-law harboring an explosive secret, and a scheming uncle determined to claim the throne himself. Her recent life and Jack grow ever more distant as she feels the tug of tradition, of love for her grandmother, and of obligation. When her grandmother grants her 1 year to decide, Lexi must chart her own. Will it be the one determined by an accident of birth or by her own heart? Sorry, I was struggling
No, that's
through
okay.
that.
The punctuation on that was atrocious. A year feels like a long time to decide for the heir.
Yeah. Like,
What if
does
grandma dies?
yeah, like the turnover time, babe. Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure. But I am very interested. You don't get a book like that very often.
no, that was what they called out Queen of England. I said, excuse me.
You said, who?
I said, Elizabeth.
Who?
Elizabeth.
Alexandrina. Okay.
Alexandrina.
All right, we are finally breaking from the lit fic and thriller
Realm.
realm, sure. We are jumping into a historical fiction. This is When the Fireflies Dance by Aisha Hassan, and this is 368 pages. At just 6 years old, in front of his family's small hut on the outskirts of Lahore, Lalu's brother is murdered. Unable to escape the memory of that night, Lalu's parents remain trapped at the brickyards, the kiln chimney belching black smoke into the sky as they slave brick by brick to pay off their debts. To save them, Lalu will need to free himself from his past and face unimaginable sacrifices to carve out his own destiny. Inspired by a true story, When the Fireflies Dance by Aisha Hassan is provocative, conversation-starting book club reading at its finest. That doesn't really give you a whole lot, but the
No,
intrigue
not
is
at all.
there.
Yeah.
But it's very brief.
Yeah. I sometimes like that, though.
Me too.
I've been seeing that I've been going in blind to more books, and I've been being pleasantly
Enjoying
surprised by it. I've also been trying to not look at reviews for books before reading them because I'm so easily influenced,
Yeah.
that I really need to just form my own opinion before I let the world dictate how I feel, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then if I get like halfway and I'm like, this sucks, then maybe I'll look and be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm right. This does suck.
I'm right. Yeah. I also, just a quick side note, as I've been reading I don't know, I've been getting the feeling this past week that like books are so good. You know, like just being able to just pick one up and just
Okay.
read it. Like, I don't know. I just
Like,
love
it's just
them.
magical.
It really is.
Like,
Because
it's truly magical.
it's an agreement between you and the written word to like visualize
Pretend.
and pretend and like immerse yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny that like we will spend hours reading one book and then it's finished and we're like, okay, next one.
It really is crazy. I was watching an ASMR video last night when I was going to bed, and this girl was doing like a book haul, and she got, I think it was The Bell Jar. She bought a copy of it, and she was like, I read this maybe 15 years ago, and I wanted a copy to reread it. And she was like, I picked it up, and I don't remember a single thing. And I think it's really weird that like you can spend hours and hours with something and like be so immersed in it, but like eventually your brain will kind of forget it, and you can like reread it like a decade later,
As
like brand
as
new.
if yeah.
It's
And
like,
that's going to be
oh,
for certain
it's
books that
interesting
we've read.
that we can do
And
that.
it's also, isn't it just one more thing, just one more aside,
Okay, just one more.
um that like I think our like top tier books that we love them because we needed to read them in the time that we read them.
Yeah,
You know,
it
like
was
I'm
just
sure
like the
that like
perfect time and place.
right, like if you read that book in a different time or as a different person or a younger self and wouldn't appreciated it as much, like I'm
Yeah,
sure there's certain books that I've read 3 years ago that I would have appreciated so much more reading now, that like I was
agreed.
maybe very critical of back in the day. So it's just crazy how like as you read more, your reading tastes change, but also how you critically analyze text changes as well. And it's just so interesting that like you can go 10 years without having read something and then be able to have a new, it's basically like you're a new person
A
with
new
new
person reading a new
experiences
book. Yeah,
reading it. It's so cool.
it is. I
It's
agree.
so cool. Okay, sorry. That was just my
No, that's
little,
okay. Don't apologize. It's
yeah, it was
beautiful.
just a thought that I've had that really got to me.
Thank you for sharing.
No problem, no problem. Okay, let's get back to the agenda of the episode. Next up, we have a contemporary fiction. And just to remind you guys, December 2nd, still,
Just a
December 2nd.
reminder.
This is Television by Lauren Rothery. This is coming in at 256 pages. There's a few shorties on this list, which
There
I
are.
love. An aging A-list movie star lotteries off the entirety of his mega million blockbuster salary to a member of the general viewing public before taking up with a much younger model. Oh, that's the reason?
Wow.
Okay. His non famous best friend and often lover looks on impassively while recollecting their 20 odd years of unlikely connection. As an aspiring filmmaker, unknown to them, labors over a script about best friends and lovers while longing for the financial freedom to make great art. Told in their alternating, intricately linked perspectives, Television is a funny, philosophically astute novel about phenomenal luck, whether windfall or chance encounter, like Joan Didion's classic Play As It Lays. But speaking to a since irrevocably changed Hollywood, it portrays a culture in crisis and the disparities in wealth, beauty, talent, gender, and youth at the heart of contemporary American life. In this glittering but strange new world, lit up by social media and streaming services, what, if not love, can be counted in your favor? With plays in chronology, stretches of bright, nimble dialogue, and a profoundly modern style, Lauren Rothery's debut novel is a slim but arresting feat of literary impressionism and marks the welcome arrival of a significant new talent to the landscape of American fiction.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I
so,
laughed that entire time because I
no,
don't think I understood a single sentence.
I thought I was reading word salad. There were so many like
I don't think I
adjectives, and
understood a single sentence.
it's just I guess it's about these two best friends who are maybe lovers.
Are
Are
they lovers? Worse. All right, moving on.
they're
There's
two
like an.
best friends in a room and they might kiss.
They might not. They might. They might not. And there's also a filmmaker who's writing a script about them,
Them? Or about like
their situation, but not them.
but like luck by chance encounter that just happened.
I'm gonna need some
And also
clarification.
are these gay lovers?
That was my next question. Who are
Because
these people?
there was no pronouns assigned to the lover.
Are they non-binary, girl boy, boy boy, girl girl.
There's a lot of
Oh,
intrigue
there is a
around
his
this.
in the first sentence. So the movie
Oh
star is
no.
a boy, but what's the
Yes,
best
yes.
friend slash lover?
Exactly. That was my question. Exactly.
Okay.
And so what this new A-list or this A-list movie star is giving away their salary. Like what was that first sentence about?
No,
Is that
yeah, that's
separate
the
from
part
all
that
of
really
this?
confused me. To a member of the general, so they give away all their money before running away with a young model.
Is the general
Okay.
public person that receives this money the best friend? And is the best friend and the A-list movie star the
Or is the
best
general
friends?
public just like me, like me or you?
You know
I have a
what?
lot of questions,
I
Lauren.
have a lot of questions that won't be answered in this episode, so I think we should just move on.
Got it. Okay. The next one we have is The Curse of the Coal Women by Mariella Thompson. This is a fantasy. I believe this is a queer fantasy, and it's 336 pages.
Love.
Let's jump in. I actually think I'm going to love this one because it's about 3 generations of women, and you know I love those kinds of stories. Like
And
Wayward.
like yeah. Like or bury your bones in the midnight soil.
Yes.
Like
Exactly. I love it.
I could literally clock you with like if a book has 3 different timelines interweaving
Put
with
one of them in the
some type of
1600s and you know I'm sold.
and it's like with like sprinkle in a little bit of like religious intolerance in there. And it's just like, oh, this is M's
This is M's
6-star
favorite.
read.
Yeah, no. Like literally. Yeah, okay.
Clocked your T.
You clocked me really quick. Okay. The coal women are cursed. I'm so sold. I'm so sold just from that. Okay. Each generation will birth a daughter, lose their love, and as surely as the tide beats against the rocky shore, take her own life by giving herself to the sea. Oh my God, this is awesome. For generations, the coal women have lived as outcasts, maintaining a lighthouse on a small island off the coast of New Hampshire. Ever since their ancestor was accused of witchcraft and cast into the sea hundreds of years prior, the islanders have ostracized the coals, distrusting their rumored magic and their control of the lighthouse. Despite their mistreatment, the coal women are compelled to remain on the island because they know that if a coal woman does not light the beacon on Juniper Island, anyone who is out at sea will be drowned. Out of guilt and obligation, the coal women live out their solitary lives on the island, knowing someday their recompense for protecting the people from the sea will be to die in the sea themselves. Told in 3 interwoven timelines in the late 20th century, the curse of the coal women unravels the lives of 3 women who struggle with their relationships with each other as they contend with the realities of their fates. Is it truly a curse, or is it a generational madness that drives the coal women to the sea? Readers will be swept into this evocative and moving story about challenging misogyny, finding community, and struggling with fate. Perfect. No comments.
It almost has some influence of like, not that it's not mythology, but like
It feels a
I feel
little
like
bit.
it has a little bit of a mythological retelling vibe
Yeah,
to
no,
it.
you get the witchcraft, you get the sea. It feels
Yeah.
ancient.
Yeah, for sure ancient,
Ancient for sure.
but just 20th century ancient.
Yeah, like just like a recent ancient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm moving on. We have Dawn of the Firebird by Sarah Mughal Rana. This is a romantasy coming in at 408 pages. It's actually kind of crazy that I feel like now you could clock me here, Em, and fact check me. Like please do if I'm misspeaking here.
Okay.
But I feel like romantasy as a genre really solidified itself as a genre because of Book Talk.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Like I feel like romantasy was never really a thing prior to social media.
I think that like
Like it definitely was. It just wasn't marketed
it's
as romantasy.
romantasy. Yeah, like the term romantasy definitely blew up because of social media and TikTok.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
but
this would be a
a
fantasy.
fantasy.
Yeah, with
Because
romance
even
in
like
it.
when I read like A Court of Thorns and Roses, like whenever that was, 4 years ago, I guess at this point, when I read that, like I don't think I ever called it a romantasy. Like it was just a fantasy book.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
now I refer to like
Now.
that kind of book as romantasy.
As romantasy. Interesting. Very interesting.
It's just another way to like parse through the genre.
Right, exactly. I am so unbelievably sorry if I butcher any pronunciation
Just
in
do your
this. So just
best.
stick with me. Camilla Zarzad's life has been built on a foundation of violence and vengeance. Every home she's known has been destroyed by war. As the daughter of an emperor's clan, she spent her childhood training to maintain his throne. But when her clansmen are assassinated by another rival empire, plans change. With her heavenly magic of Nur, Camilla is a weapon even enemies would wield, especially those in the magical, scholarly city of Ziskar. Hiding her identity, Camilla joins the enemy's army school, full of jinn, magic, and martial arts, risking it all to topple her adversaries, avenge her clan, and reclaim their throne. To survive, she studies under cutthroat mystic monks and battles in a series of contests to outmaneuver her fellow soldiers. She must win at all costs, even if it means embracing the darkness lurking inside her. But the more she excels, the more she is faced with the history that contradicts her father's teachings. With a war brewing among the kingdoms and a new twisted magic overtaking the land, Camilla is torn between two impossible: vengeance or salvation.
See, I actually really think that sounds so interesting, but I can clock what's going to happen right now. While she's at the enemy's army training school, she realizes that the enemy is actually the good guys, and her father was pushing bad things. That's my guess.
Clock it.
Clocked it. But I could be wrong. I'm so sorry if I just spoiled it for you guys.
No, but if you were able to spoil it without reading the book, then that's bad.
That's badass.
That's bad.
That's bad. No, but actually that does sound really good, and I think I would like to read that. So
see, like, I wish that I could be drawn into more fantasy, but it just never draws me in.
And that's okay.
Like, I want to be like a fantasy reader, but like it never draws me in.
You need to find like a subgenre, like a specific setting or like vibe that calls to you.
I know.
You know, do some research.
Like I love a mythological retelling.
Yeah, that's kind of similar.
You know, I don't know, but just like fantasy, I guess I'm
there's
just
actually
intimidated.
A book on here. I think it's the next one you're reading. Well, okay, the next one I'm reading is fantasy, and then the next one is romantasy after that. And I think that one is about gods. Like,
okay.
So hold your thoughts, because I think you're going to really like that. I think that one's going to call to you. Okay.
I just think that sometimes fantasy books and fantasy worlds are so intimidating because they're so complex.
Absolutely are. Yeah, they absolutely are. It's a big commitment.
For sure.
The next one we have is The Happiness Collectors by Crystal King. This is a 400-page fantasy. This one sounds really good. I actually think you're going to like this as well.
Okay.
After losing her book deal and her academic position, historian Ada Real needs a new career, and fast. After all, she and her fiancé Graham have a wedding to pay for. So when a friend recommends her for an extremely high-paying position at a company called Moda, it's almost too good to be true. Plus, she'll get to live in Italy, in a gorgeous palazzo. Another palazzo in this episode. What a coincidence. Aside from a snooty assistant, a daunting NDA, and some very stringent rules about the use of personal technology, working for Moda is a dream come true, at least at first. But the more research Ada conducts for the elusive company, the more things feel off. Not only does her relationship with Graham suffer, but it seems like every site she visits either vanishes or is struck by tragedy after she's been there. It's only after a mysterious woman approaches Ada and Luciano, her devastatingly handsome and equally concerned Moda colleague, that they learn the truth. They are just mortal pawns in a game between gods. Now, Ada must find answers to the questions she's been avoiding. What's really happening to all the happiness she's been collecting? And can she stop the gods' plans before it's too late? So basically, they are pawns for the gods.
I do really like a book that revolves around like gods, like mythological gods.
Me too. I find that so interesting.
Because that was a huge part of the Song of Achilles. And I think that like, because I feel like with certain fantasy books, you have to like have a major suspension of disbelief, or whatever the saying is. You have to suspend your belief.
Yes. Yeah.
Or, like you really just have to buy into what's going on in
Yeah.
order to really enjoy what's going on. And so I feel like I'm able to do that when it's revolved around
That's a really
some
good
type of
point.
like some type of like rooted like Greek gods and goddesses.
Because
Like
it almost feels like it's just like history. Like we
yes.
kind of know
Yes.
that it's probably not real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like in history. So
Yeah.
you're able to convince yourself a little bit more.
And we also have somewhat of a background on it from school.
Exactly. Feels more realistic.
Exactly, exactly. So this is a romantasy. It's called Something Wicked by Fallon Ballard, and
You're
this
gonna
comes
have
in
a
at
good time reading this description.
oh god,
It's
it's
just
coming in
it's
at
just interesting.
384 pages. Bear with me, please.
No, it's not even
Okay.
like the words, it's just like the content.
Okay, okay.
You're gonna be a little shocked.
Is there viewer discretion is advised?
Yeah, viewer
Are we gonna
discretion
have to?
advised.
Okay, okay. The country of Avon is in deep turmoil. The uprising has overthrown Avon's monarchical rulers, and a decree has been issued. Candidates for the first presidential election will be selected by the completion of a special task to kill the former monarch of their home province. Callum, the son of the recently dethroned king, is determined to be in the running. But to do so, he must come to terms with killing his father, the key to which lies in the hands of Lady Catherine, a gifted courtesan at La Puissance. Puissance. Avon's
Pussy-ance.
premier Avon's premier sex club. Lady Catherine has always had the magical ability to manipulate the emotions of anyone who experiences an orgasm in her presence. If Callum can only open up to Kate, he will be able to commit the newly fated murder without suffering the guilt and take his place as the rightful candidate from his province. But Callum has a deep-seated mistrust of the gifted, and the last thing he expects is to be confronted with an undeniable connection with Kate that neither of them understands nor wants. Hold on. Is this his mother? No, right? Okay, okay. With the fate of the country at stake, Callum and Kate search for ways to bear themselves to each other and discover a darker forest building within La Puissance, one that might ruin the future of Avon for good. To stop Avon from violently falling to ashes, they must sacrifice everything they have, even if it requires betraying each other. I thought the ending was going to say, to stop Avon from violently falling to ashes, they must orgasm.
So I'm not really sure about that one.
Oh, we probably could have kept that off the list.
I don't remember reading that. All I remember was seeing the country of Avon and then Premier Sex Club, and I was like, you know what? Let's put it in for the horny girls on here who want to read a book. I didn't get to the third paragraph.
La Puissance.
La puissance. Whew. All right, that one's for you girls. All right, hope you like it.
Woohoo.
All right, the next one we have is The Definitions by Matt Green. This is a dystopian and it is 176 pages. What a cutie
Ooh.
little book.
Oh my god, little cutie.
All right. Nestled in an idyllic locale beside the sea, the center is a place of rehabilitation and rebuilding. Students arrive nameless, their memories and sense of identity wiped by a strange illness. Each day they attend classes that will help them relearn the right ways to speak and live. They practice the roles they'll assume once they've graduated and returned to society. In their free time, they negotiate a burgeoning social hierarchy and watch old DVDs together. Stories of characters whose names they adopt. Maria, Chandler, Chino, Gunther. But as shards of memories of pets, lovers, errands, and beloved music begin to threaten the strict curriculum of the center, some students start to question the definitions given to them and explore the ways in which they might define themselves. A stunning, intimately told story about what makes us who we are, The Definitions examines the limits of language, the power of human connection, and the ways the human spirit can flourish, even under the most oppressive conditions.
Okay, this kind of sounds like the memory police in
Yeah,
a way.
it reminded me of that a little bit, like the fact that everyone's memory is wiped by a strange
Are wiped.
illness.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be curious to tap into that one.
Yeah, me too. Especially at 176 pages. That's quick.
Yeah, right. It's got to be pretty impactful for it to be that short, you know?
Yeah,
But sometimes that's the case. I mean, I Have
sometimes.
Never Known Men is one of the more impactful books I've read, and it's what, like
True.
200 pages?
True.
So, I'd be curious. I'd be interested. Guys, we've graduated. We've gotten to December 9th
It
releases.
only took
So,
15
yeah,
books.
all the ones before that were all December 2nd.
Yeah,
So,
that's crazy.
this is now for December 9th. We have Seeing Other People by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegmund Broca. This is a romance sitting at 352 pages. Morgan is being ghosted by her ex. No, really. It's sad Zach died and became a ghost.
Was not expecting
that actually.
No,
that
really,
actually is
it's
great.
Zach
That
died.
got me, and he's a ghost. Like, that's a good start.
Hooked.
I'm actually hooked. But Morgan and Zach only ever went on the one date, and now she's being haunted by him. Zach has no desire to spend eternity with Morgan, but he can't recall his past and doesn't know how to move on. At a support group for humans and their haunters, Morgan and Zach run into Sawyer, whose fiance turned ghost has started to fade. Unlike Morgan, Sawyer isn't ready to part ways with his ghost. Although they face opposite issues, Morgan and Sawyer decide to work together to solve their problems. As Morgan and Sawyer try to solve their paranormal conundrums together, they find something even more surprising: a tender, growing affection between them that threatens any unfinished business they're seeking to close. The ghosts of their past might be there in spirit, but the connection between Morgan and Sawyer is as alive as anything they've ever felt.
I kind of like that.
I
I'm
actually
kind of
like that
really
too.
interested.
I
You
like
know what it
that
reminds
too.
me of? I just saw the movie Eternity with Elizabeth Olsen,
Oh
Miles
yeah, yeah.
Teller, Callum Turner. It was kind of like that, like a somewhat of a similar vibe to it, but they're all dead. It was so good. It was so
Wow.
fantastic, and that kind of
I
reminded me
actually
of it.
I love that description. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That
me
was
too.
really good.
The first sentence really got me. No, really, it's sad.
It
Zach
did.
died and became a ghost. Oh.
It tickled my funny bone. You know what I mean?
Tickle mine, all right. All right, the next one we have is a horror, the first soul horror book.
Love.
This was
Love.
also a book of the month choice. This is a very, very short description. This is Dark Sisters by Christy DeMeester, and it is 336 pages, also released on the 9th of December. This fiercely captivating novel, horror meets historical fiction when a curse bridges generations, binding the fates of three women. Oh my god, sold again. Anne Bolton.
What?
It's so many. Anne Bolton, a healer facing persecution for witchcraft, bargains
Oh
with
my
a...
god.
I
Witchcraft.
know.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Anne Bolton, a healer facing persecution for witchcraft, bargains with a dark entity for protection, but the fire she unleashes will reverberate for centuries. Mary Shepard, a picture-perfect wife in a suffocating community, falls for Sharon and begins a forbidden affair that could destroy them both. And Camilla Burson, the rebellious daughter of a preacher, defies conformist expectations to uncover an ancient power as her father's flock spirals into crisis. So
Sounds
me.
like up your alley.
So me.
Sounds
I actually
like
got
right up
sent
your
that
alley.
like a long time ago, like months ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I kind of totally forgot. The cover doesn't really feel like the description. It kind of feels like a nonfiction the way the cover looks. So it like, I kind of, when I received it, kind of forgot what it was. But
I
now
gotcha.
I'm like, oh, I've been severely missing out.
All right, next on our list, we have a sci-fi / fantasy / short stories. Wow. We have Tailored Realities by Brandon Sanderson. This comes out on the 9th of December, and it's sitting at 448 pages. From #1 New York Times bestselling author Brandon Sanderson, creator of the Stormlight Archive, the Mistborn Saga, and countless bestselling works of science fiction and fantasy, comes Tailored Realities, a new short fiction collection including the never-before-published novella Moment Zero. Spanning the genre of fantasy and science fiction, this collection features stories from beyond the bounds of Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere universe. Along with the never-before-seen novella Moment Zero, Tailored Realities will include Snapshot, Perfect State, Defending Elysium, a novella set within the world of Skyward, and 5 other stories that were originally published individually elsewhere, never before collected into one volume, and many never before available in print. This collection will also include a stunning black and white illustration for each story. If you're a fan of him, I guess that's very cool for you, but I have
Yeah.
not read a single book by him.
I
So
really want to get into him this year, like very, very badly.
I hear Mistborn is the one to do it,
Me too.
you know? Yeah.
This is my last one. This is An Arcane Inheritance by Camila Cole. We're taking a big jump, end of December, the 30th. It is a fantasy with dark academia vibes, and it is 432 pages. Warren University has stood amongst the Ivy elite for centuries, built on the bones and forbidden magic of its most prized BIPOC students, hiding the rot of a secret society that will do anything to keep their own powers burning bright, no matter who they must sacrifice along the way. Ellery Morgan is determined to prove that she belongs at Warren University, an Ivy League school whose history is deeply linked to occult rumors and dark secrets. But as she settles into her freshman year, something about the ornate buildings and shadowy paths feels strangely familiar. And with every passing day, that sense of deja vu grows increasingly sinister. Despite all logic, despite all reason, despite all the rules of reality, Ellery knows one thing to be true. She has been here before. And if she can't convince brooding legacy student Hudson Graves to help her remember a past that seems determined to slip through her fingers, as if by some insidious magic, this time she may lose herself for good.
Ooh.
Right?
I'm a fan.
Me too.
I like that.
Me too.
I like that. See, that side of fantasy, I like.
Yeah, you like the dark academia.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? It's believable.
And it's grounded in some form of realism.
Reality,
so
yeah.
I think I need some
You just
something.
need to dip your toes first.
I think so. The tootsies just got to get a little wet. That's all. That's all.
Perfect.
All right. The last book on our list, guys. I will be closing us out this episode. I started us off and I'm closing us out.
Woo!
Look at that. Look at that.
This one's also
We
a book
have-
of the month selection, by the way.
Amazing. We have a fantasy/romantasy. This is We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. This book comes out on the 30th of December, so the end of the year, and it sits at 432 pages as well. Let's get into it. Life in the perilous Thorn District is a constant battle for Arvel and her younger brothers, and the vampire standing on her doorstep is about to turn their world upside down. Faced with an unthinkable choice, Arvel makes a magically binding vow to do the impossible. Kill the Emperor, an ancient vampire created by the god Umbros. But first, she must enter the Sundering, an arena where only the fastest, strongest, and deadliest survive long enough to be selected for the Emperor's elite guard. She quickly draws the ire of the Primus, the powerful figure charged with protecting the Emperor. But the vampire under the armor is the last person Arvel expects to encounter in the Emperor's court. With her brother's lives in the balance, Arvel has no choice but to ally with the man who once shattered her heart, and with the Emperor's sadistic son, Rorik, two vampires whose motives are impossible to pin down. Rorik holds the key to understanding the powers Arvel is developing, abilities that would put a price on her head if discovered by the Emperor. To survive the arena and complete her mission, Arvel must get to the bottom of a conspiracy that will change everything she thought she knew about herself, and the two vampires who are deeply entwined with her destiny. I do love me a fantasy that has some type of like arena or
Me
some
too, I
type
love
of
it.
like trials or things like that. Like
Yes.
that's a trope that I can eat up for sure.
I love it. I did pick this one for my book
Oh,
of the
wow.
month
That's
selection.
pretty.
But wait till you see the end pages of this book. I'm going to take the
Good or
cover
bad?
off. Beautiful. It's a map.
That's beautiful.
It's
That is
stunning.
so pretty.
Yeah, it's absolutely
is so
stunning.
pretty.
And I like that it's kind of giving like the columns, it's kind of giving the like architecture of like Greek mythology. You
Yeah,
know?
that cover actually reminded me of the Hunger Games in a way.
Yes, a little bit with like the gold emblems and stuff.
Yep.
And we
Yep.
have like the roses on the
edges.
sprayed
Oh,
edges. Yeah. Very
wow.
cute. Yeah, I really liked it.
Very nice. Yeah, maybe 2026 is the year for fantasy for me. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
I really like that plan, but we'll see. We will see.
We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see. I do a lot of talk, and sometimes I don't back it up.
Me
so
too, and that's okay.
I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud.
I just have to say I'm really honored and proud of my phone that I've gotten to an hour and 8 minutes of recording and I haven't ran out of storage. That's my MO. I run out of storage every episode and this is a long
Yeah.
one and I have not run out of storage. So everybody, hands off the wheel.
Hands off the wheel. Clap, 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 clap.
Thank you guys for sitting and listening to us talk about 19 new releases. This is probably the largest collection of new releases we've ever done. And we have some really good ones this month. Some like very unique plot lines. So I'm very happy with these. I hope you guys found some that you were interested in, because I know I found a few.
For sure. Yeah. What was your number one from the list?
I think I'm gonna have to go with the Cole one, the Cole sisters. Let me see, The Curse of the Cole Women. I think.
Ooh, okay.
You know me. It spoke my language.
I do.
But I also think my top ones would be that Dark Sisters, because I've had it for a while and it's just like feels familiar to me for some reason. And then also I think either We Who Will Die, the one we just read, or the other, or the one about the gods.
Okay.
Yeah, The Happiness Collectors.
Love that.
Probably Something Wicked, the one about the sex club.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
So.
Mine's definitely Before I Forget, which was about the quarter life crisis and the character taking care of her father with Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Just sounds so tragic, and I love a tragic book, and that just speaks to me. And it's less than 300 pages, so.
Do you want to see the cover? It's kind of pretty.
Yes, I do. Let's close out the episode with a pretty cover. Everyone, hands off the wheel. Hands off the wheel.
It's
I
cute.
do love that. I love the colors too.
Me too.
I'm
Very
a Nikki
beautiful.
fan.
Very beautiful.
That's gonna do it. This was a very, very informative episode. There are lots of books coming out in December. I'm always curious to see each month, like, what kind of release schedule there is, or what the vibe is, what kind of genres we're getting into. It seems to be a very fantasy and thriller heavy month. So if you are a fan of those genres, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat this month. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, all of the new viewers and all of the returning viewers, we love you all the same. Like we said earlier in the episode, please follow us over on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Spotify. Let's grow this community even more. You know the drill. We love all of you, and we want to just spread this love to everyone and anyone that we can. And as always, go join us over on Fable for our book club. We're currently reading In Memoriam by Alice Wynn. It's going to be a good one. Get the tissues ready. There's going to be some tears, some great discussion in the discussion posts over on Fable. So make sure you're there to join us for that. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. Anything else from you, Em?
Yeah, if you guys listen this far, go in the comments and leave a gingerbread emoji in honor of Will's gingerbread syrup.
Yes, guys, I slugged the whole lot. It's gone. It's gone.
Good job.
Oh, it was so good.
Thank you guys for spending your Friday or whatever day you are listening with us. We appreciate you more than you will ever know. And we will see you next week for another episode of
Let's Talk Literature. Bye.